But it's in Atlantic Monthly, it's in New Yorker Magazine, it's in Financial Times of London, it's in The Economist, it's in Harvard Review, saying we need to violently take him out. Then we say, don't do that, it'll cause a civil war. And they say, oh, you want violence? We're going to arrest you too when we take over. The Pentagon war planners have rightfully said that 90% of modern warfare is informational. That's why it's more important than ever that all of you watching subscribe on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter at Real Alex Jones, because InfoWars is the front line of the fight. And without your help and support, we will fail. With your support and with your prayers, we will be victorious against the globalists together. He's targeted. He represents us now beyond a figurehead. We're bound to that. The free press he's defending, the sovereignty of our nation, the lower taxes, the not having open borders to Islamicists that they're openly invading Europe with. This is the reality. So you need to go to the article on Infowars.com. David Knight is live right now. Senior Republican told me the plan to take out Trump suddenly. This is violent. This is not impeachment. This is violently. You see them pushing it everywhere, saying kill president, kill supporters. And then they had Newsweek on Friday come out with the headline, Republicans call for civil war. Then they would edit words I said down to 3 words where I was saying we don't want civil war, where I was quoting Democrats calling for blowing up the White House, killing cops, killing Trump. And they edited it together, 3-word lines. The biggest fake news I've ever seen by this lady, who's got connections to intelligence groups. And it's a whole article about how me and Michael Savage are calling for violent overthrow of the Democrats and blood in the streets when we're calling for the opposite. We're winning the information war. We want to take the government back and restore the Republican prosperity. We're in a race with these people.
Let's skip the break.
Yeah, skip the break. Absolutely, they're live right now. Have them skip the break. So all of this is going on. All of this is happening right now. Again, we're live. I'm taking a week off with my children on vacation, but I'm up where I'm at 6 in the morning. I've been up since 4 in the morning working with Paul Watson, who's in England. It's already the afternoon over there, the evening, to break all this down. But the story's on Infowars.com. It is absolutely, totally, and completely critical that everybody understand the magnitude of this. We don't just have this senior pastor that's good friends with Trump. We don't just have the senior Republican telling him this. This is in the news. But it's in Atlantic Monthly, it's in New Yorker Magazine, it's in Financial Times of London, it's in The Economist, it's in Harvard Review, saying we need to violently take him out. Then we say, don't do that, it'll cause a civil war. And they say, oh, you want violence? We're going to arrest you too when we take over. And they're in Newsweek saying, why haven't the feds arrested Alex Jones yet? Why haven't they come after him yet? You got Madonna saying blow up the White House, you got Kathy Griffin, the severed head, all this crap. And of course, we know those cowards aren't going to be the ones that are carrying out the violence. They want some unhinged lunatic to go out and do it. We're kicking their globalist butt intellectually, politically, socioeconomically, culturally, spiritually. The violence is the refuge of these failures. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get under this tree. Ladies and gentlemen, all I can say to you is, it is now more critical than ever that we realize how serious this is, and that I've been absolutely right and absolutely on target. But not because I'm that smart. I've watched all the frontline specials from the 80s about martial law plans. I've read the documents. I've read the books. I've read the reports. Yeah, let's duck in this gazebo over here.
All right, Alex Jones is on vacation right now, obviously working hard and interrupted by a little bit of weather there as he was breaking down all of Trump's victory. Is he back, guys? Go ahead and go to him if he's back. Okay, here we go.
He's killed their carbon taxes. He's killed their TPP.
Alex Jones live in a monsoon.
Their whole Islam invasion plan that I used to hear the right-wingers warn about that I thought was exaggerated is in full swing. Come on over here, Rex. Come on the side right here. It's okay. Tropical rainstorm coming in. So, by the way, I'm here in Hawaii with my family, one of my favorite places to go, on the furthest out island towards Asia, where you got Kim Jong-un threatening to fire nukes in Hawaii and threatening to fire them at Alaska. I don't think that's a major danger right now, but it just shows how all this stuff is heating up. They're talking about doing a missile test this week in Alaska and here in Kauai, where the missile base, the anti-missile ballistic system is. So we'll be reporting on that as well. But I want to get back to David Knight and and Schroyer and the rest of the crew live. I'm going to be co-hosting with the guys on Wednesday and Thursday. Paul Watson's co-hosting on Friday. So all this is coming up, but I cannot stress to you enough how critical it is that the tree of liberty not just be watered with the blood of patriots and tyrants, but be watered with the blood of your sweat and your tears and your political action, speaking out against these globalists that want to bully you into submission. But here's the danger. The danger is the globalists are all in. They're cornered. They have nothing to lose. They know humanity's waking up. So they openly are saying they don't have the legislative, they don't have the executive, they don't have the judicial. And so they say in Newsweek, arrest the conservatives. Because we, quote, want violence. No, you want violence because you're losing, and you always thought you had your foot on our neck, that we were animals that you owned as pseudo-intellectual beta cucks. Beta females, beta males. They form these liberal fake societies of control, of social engineering, of dumbing down language. And humanity is awake to that. But we have to realize how dangerous they are, and that we've lived under freedom so long that we've become lackadaisical or beyond that, aren't even aware of what's happening. We have to be hardcore and extreme because they're being hardcore and extreme. It sounds hardcore and extreme to say they're planning to overthrow Trump. It sounds hardcore and extreme to say they've got COG ready. But we've got to go ahead and say it because it's the truth. And now, my biggest victory, your biggest victory, is we have Sean Hannity. We have Lou Dobbs. We have all the other people that are still hardcore real conservatives. They're not perfect, but they're loyal to the country. From Limbaugh to you name it, saying there's a COG plan to overthrow the president. There's a coup against the election. There's a coup against the American people. And so we have to force this out in the open. I know you know they're planning martial law and civil emergencies and Black Lives Matter riots and killing cops everywhere and then seizing control of the government and then basically killing Trump. They're not going to let him ever testify, folks. They're going to let him defend himself up against them. They're cowards. They won't let Roger Stone testify in public. They won't let me testify in public. They won't let Caputo testify in public. They want to just demonize us and never let us have our day in court because they're the outsiders. They're the globalists. They're the ones using illegal spying to then make up all these lies about Trump. Once the spying comes out, what they say is in the spying isn't there. Then they turn around and say, we never spied on you. Remember all that from a few months ago? No one spied on them. There's no intercepts. They're a pack of scum that think you don't have a memory, who think you'll lazily give up and go to sleep so they can run your world. They want to make you poor. They want to control your life. They are your enemy. That isn't rhetoric. They are your sworn enemy. Their whole culture is hating you. What does the preacher in closing say? He says, I've been told by high-level folks they hate Trump because he's a Christian and because he's going to get the left's control over Christianity gone, saying you have a First Amendment to be politically involved, which is in the First Amendment. Congress can't get involved in your religion. You can be political if you want. You just can't have state-run religion. Trump is getting rid of all that. They're panicked, just like they fund radical Muslims and Orthodox Muslims to kill Christians, just like the UN funds animist groups to kill Christians in Africa. Hollywood has a hard-on for Christians, just like they do in Russia. That's what this is about. It's about overriding Western culture. It's about destroying it. It's about conquering systems they don't control and creating systems of servile idiocy. That's why they use fake Christianity about laying down to tyranny instead of actually fighting real Christianity. And then they sell this whole false paradigm to people. This is a war against Christianity. It's a war against free speech. Just like they're attacking everybody else's speech, they're attacking Christian speech. And we have to all come together, regardless of what group we're in, or what color we are, or where we're from, and say, we want to ally with George Soros and the mega banks and radical Islam, or we want to ally with free market and open free society and what makes the West so great. The West is a mindset. It threatens the globalist hegemony. So if you just joined us, top preacher met with a top congressman, Republican, and said they're planning to violently overthrow Trump. Then you have all the admissions in the news, the COG being prepared, leftist publications, top publications saying we need to do this. They've got former deputy heads of the Defense Department in Congress and at Capitol Hill and in the Pentagon promoting an overthrow of Trump. It's all illegal. But it's so over the top. We don't have a political immune system to deal with something this tyrannical. We expect this of Venezuela or Cuba, but not here. It's happening. These people are scum. They openly attack the family. They openly attack the right to self-defense. They openly attack male and female role models, because they want a dominated, servile, weak population, and Trump wants prosperity, and we're all bound to Trump now. Understand that, folks. I don't care less about Trump in the final equation as a person. So I don't care about myself in the final equation. It's the continuum of all this. They hate him because he is a real figurehead, destroying their political correctness and breaking their back and helping everybody have will again to rally back against these damn bullies. And they want to kill him, and they're not going to let him testify. So when I said, if the president moves militarily against this outside globalist threat to arrest Soros and his top people, I'll back it because it's espionage. They're enemy combatants. They aren't citizens. They want to overthrow the country. Obama says don't celebrate the 4th of July. Trudeau says, you know, Trump shouldn't say America first. If we don't have a country and don't look out for our own interests, what do we have? He's saying be a slave. Don't have any interest. Let people run your lives. Be a slave. Roll over. Let us kill your president. No. You people want violence because you're failures. And you want violence because you never actually implemented it in your life. You don't know what it means once it all starts. Have I called for violence? Absolutely not. But if there does start a shooting war, believe me, this isn't Venezuela or North Korea. We already got some poor, broken people here enslaving. We are going to absolutely defeat you in the information war and get you into a physical war. All the globalists aren't going to have anywhere on earth to hide because of the crimes they've already committed. They want to kill the president. They're criminals. It's no holds barred. They're not backing down. They're never going away. And the victory is you've gotten the word out. And now the talking point of the reality of what they're doing in secret is out in the public to have a debate in all the churches and all the radio stations and all the magazines and on TV. It's being forced out so they can't carry it out. Their whole Russian narrative's going in the toilet right now. They know it's failing. No one's buying into it, ladies and gentlemen, because of you speaking out. So they're getting desperate, wanting a violent overthrow, wanting to take over. We're going to break at the 1 minute mark. Financially support InfoWars. They're after us now more than ever. I'm hiring more people, launching more shows. Free shipping ends at the end of the month in just a few days. 40% off Myco ZX, a lot of other great products. Thank you for funding us and helping us be strong in the face of the globalists. Infowars.com. Spread the article by Paul Watson. Back to David Knight and Owen Shroyer on the other side of this break.
All right, and that's Alex Jones doing a live Facebook mentions from Hawaii. He's kind of on vacation, but he's never on vacation. We're going to be right back. David Knight, Owen Shroyer. Stay with us.
Survival Shield X2 Nascent Iodine. If you're interested in healthy thyroid, if you're interested in well-being, if you're interested in having a higher IQ, which this has been linked to, get your powerful Survival Shield X2 at InfoWarsStore.com.